going to be a good day. Everything's going to be good. Everything's going to turn out just like you want it. Look at that smile.
I have no teeth.
But we have teeth.
I know. I don't have teeth in the picture.
Color.
Where's your pinky ring?
I don't have one.
What are you talking about? That was your gift.
I ain't get no ring.
Oh, Rio.
Babe, I went to my mom. You blame my mom. You said go. I only got the clip. So that's not the ring, right?
The one that your mom had that your mom gave you?
Uh-huh.
Say like this, like this, like this. There we go.
And when they throw you up, don't like lay flat like this where I can't see your face. Like try to sit up in the air.
Let me had a parkour.
you, my heart's on fire. You come to me wild and wild. You come to me, give me everything I need. Give me a lifetime of promises and a world of dreams.
Who gives this young lady away in marriage? Y'all may be seated. And will you please bow your heads down in prayer with me? Dear Father, Lord, thank you for this day, God. Thank you for just this beautiful moment, Lord, that we are all able to be with Jordan and Jose, Lord, just to celebrate their big day, God. Thank you for the friendship that I've had with them, Lord. Thank you for this day, Lord, that is just an amazing day, Lord, to be a part of, God. We thank you for everything that you are, Lord, and just be with this day. In your name, pray. Amen. Welcome all, and thank you for attending on this happiest of days. Before we begin, the bride and groom would like to remind you all, they would ask that all guests refrain from the cell phone use today during the ceremony. They have a lovely photographer here today, so you can all partake in today phone free. My name is Jose Silva. I'm a friend of both the bride and the groom. I am honored to be here with you all at the wedding ceremony of Jose and Jordan. I have known Jose and Jordan for a little over 7 years. When they asked me to oversee their wedding, I was honored to do so. I have witnessed the love that these two share grow over the last few years. I have seen Jose grow from the guy my roommate was dating who would rev off in his Mustang at 2 a.m. into the young man that you see here today, the responsible man that you see here today. I have seen Jordan grow to be this responsible woman that you see here today as well. Between these moments, one thing has remained and grown considerably: their love for one another. That is why it's a great pleasure to be here today to witness their commitment to a lifetime of love. Bienvenidos a todos. Antes que comenzamos, el novia y novio piden que todos por favor no usen sus teléfonos mientras la ceremonia. Han escuchado una fotógrafo a sacar fotos de este lindo día. Todo esto para que todos puedan estar aquí sin distracción. Mi nombre es José Silva. Soy un amigo de la novia y novia. Estoy emocionado a estar aquí con todos ustedes en la ceremonia de los enamorados. He conocido a José y Jordan por unos años ya. Cuando me pidieron a casarlos fue un gran honor a decirlo sí. Ya he conocido a José y Jordan para unos 7 años y en ese tiempo he visto a los dos crecer en ambas la vida y también en el amor que imparten los dos. Es por eso que es un gran placer estar aquí ahora a dar testimonio en el pacto de amor por vida que ellos hacen este día. Marriage is one of the most beautiful steps these two people who are in love can take. It's the ultimate decision that is made when love has grown so large for one another that the only way to display it is to make it official through a life covenant with each other. Biblically speaking, marriage is the uniting of two persons into one. Mark 10:8-9 says this, "And the two will become one flesh, so they are no longer two, but one flesh." Marriage is the sacrifice of saying, I am no longer me and you. We are now committed to being we. No greater example of this is displayed to us than through the actions of Christ himself. Ephesians 5:25 says this, "Husbands, love your wives just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her." The laying down of oneself. This is the number one thing within your marriage that you must begin to understand. This, though, is already evident in your decision to proceed with marriage. You have both sat down and decided that this was the next step, to commit to each other in matrimony. Dietrich Bonhoeffer, a saint of the gospel, says this on marriage: "It is not your love that sustains the marriage, but from now on, the marriage that sustains your love." El matrimonio es una de las más preciosas pasos que dos enamorados pueden llevar juntos. Es el último decisión ha sido cuando el amor de dos personas ha crecido tan grande que el último demostración es hacer un pacto de vida entre los dos. En la Biblia, el matrimonio es la unión de dos personas haciéndolos una. En el libro de Marcos 10:8-9 dice esto: "Y los que eran dos serán hechos una carne, así que no son más dos, sino una carne." La matrimonio es el sacrificio a decir, yo ya no soy mío solo, ahora somos nosotros. Y ya en su vida es evidente en que ustedes dos hablaron y hicieron la decisión a entregar la vida a uno y a la otra. El que primero mostró esto más mejor fue Jesucristo. En el libro de Efesios 5:25 dice esto: maridos, amad a vuestras esposas así como Cristo amó a la iglesia y se entregó a sí mismo por ella, entregando una por otro. Esto es la más importante cosa del matrimonio a comprender. Unos antes del Evangelio, Dietrich Bonhoeffer dijo esto del matrimonio: no es su amor que sostenerá su matrimonio, pero ahora su matrimonio que sostenerá a su amor. In my own marriage, I have grown to learn to simplify it to this. Number one, marry your best friend. Every day you come home to the person you marry. Share with each other your secrets, your goals, and your accomplishments. No one will traverse life with you quite like your spouse, so it's important that you come to be each other's greatest confidant and best friend. Number two, love each other as yourself. I have stated this already, but I'll say it again because it is the most important point I want to stress. Marriage is a selfless act. Love each other as yourself, meaning think of every action before you do it and how it will affect your spouse. When each spouse does this, the marriage will find itself in an understanding that leads to peace. Make every day an adventure. Never lose the sense of excitement that you had when dating. Take each other out on dates or plan trips on the whim. Make your marriage an adventure each day you wake up. Find things you both love to do and plan around making them an exciting thing to look forward to. Marriage isn't the end of romance and fun. It's the evolution of a more intimate level of learning to evolve your love to time's ticking hand. Number four, never go to bed angry. This is advice from my own mother, and it's held true in my own marriage. Do your best to resolve any conflict that you have settle and make amends before the night ends. Don't leave room for resentment to grow. And five, finally, keep God first. Build your marriage on seeking God together. Life will ultimately get in the way of your marriage. Remember always your covenant before God and man. When you are in deep waters, seek Him out and learn to hear His voice together and see how far it takes you. I hope that these 5 things that I have learned this far in my own marriage help you both out in this new and amazing journey you yourselves begin. I really like this thing right here. En mi tiempo en el matrimonio, he aprendido a simplificarlo en estos 5 puntos. Número 1. Casarse con su amigo más mejor. Vas a vivir la vida de matrimonio por toda la vida. Es importante que los dos son amigos más seguros. Número 2. Ámese unos y otros como ustedes mismos. He dicho esto muchas veces ya, pero es la más importante punto que quiero enfatizar. El matrimonio es la más abnegada acción en la vida. Piensen en todo lo que hacen antes de hacerlo y cómo lo va a afectar a su compañero. Cuando los dos hacen esto, encuentran una paz en la vida de su vida matrimonio. Número 3. Haz de cada día una aventura. Nunca pierdan la felicidad de cuando primero hicieron novios. Llévalo con ustedes para todo su matrimonio. Encuentren cosas que los dos encantan hacer y vayan a las siestas románticas. Matrimonio no es el fin del romance, pero es el principio. Número 4. Nunca vayan en la cama enojado. Esto es un consejo de mi madre para mi matrimonio y he puesto en práctica en mi matrimonio. Cualquier conflicto que tienen, arréglanlo antes de ir a dormir. Y número 5, y el último, es pongan Dios primero. Construya su matrimonio buscando a Dios juntos. La vida finalmente se interpondrá en el camino de su matrimonio. Recuerden siempre que están unidos no solo por vuestro amor mutuo, sino por vuestra alianza ante Dios y el hombre. Cuando estás en aguas profundas, búscalo, aprender juntos a escuchar su voz y van hasta donde los lleva. Espero que estas 5 cosas que aprendí hasta ahora en mi propio matrimonio los ayudan y a vos en los nuevos maravillosos viajes que están comenzando. And now the bride and groom will exchange vows that they have written for each other.
Did you write your? Oh, okay.
Oh.
Sorry. In your backpack. Jordan, since I've met you, I've felt like my life has gotten way better. I don't see myself going through life without you. Just as we're boyfriend and girlfriend, I realized that you were the one. You and I. That you were the one I wanted to share the rest of my life with. I want to say thank you for everything you ever done and for loving me the way you love me. And I promise you that I will be the best man you could ask for. That's it. Short and simple, bro. Short and simple. Short and simple. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's long, babe. You wrote big, that's why.
I'll read fast, I promise. Jose, I never thought the guy that I met at a gas station would become my husband. But here we are. The last 5 years with you have been nothing short of amazing, even in the bad times. And I can't wait to spend the next 50 years and more by your side. I know I took 2 weeks to say yes to be your girlfriend and 5 months to say yes to move in with you. But saying yes to marry you has been the quickest and easiest decision I've ever made. The love you give and show me is overwhelming in the best way possible. I love your heart, your patience, your work ethic, and your protector attitude. You're my best friend, my safe place, and my favorite person to tell all the cheesemet to. I don't want to just marry you only to wake up to you every day or be with you forever. I want to marry you because life is hard. Marriage, family, jobs, and kids are hard. But you're the person I want to go through all the hard times with. So with this, I promise and vow to always respect you, lift you up when you're down, be your person to lean on, and give the best of myself, and grow and change alongside you and not apart. I promise to say yes to spaghetti more often, just not 2 times a week. I promise to pray for you and with you, and dream and build and cheer you on. I love you. The love that I have for you is infinite, and I can't wait to be your wife for the rest of our lives. I love you.
That makes me cry. Now that you have exchanged your vows and expressed a desire to be united in marriage, I will ask you to take a vow in the presence of your family and friends, in the presence of God. Do you, Jose, take Jordan to be your lawfully wedded wife? And do you promise before God and all of these witnesses to love her, to comfort her, to honor her, and to keep her in sickness and health, forsaking all others, so long as you both shall live?
I do.
Louder, bro, so they can hear you.
I do.
Do you, Jordan, take Jose to be your lawfully wedded husband? And do you promise before God and all these witnesses to love him, comfort him, honor him, and keep him in sickness and in health, forsaking all others as long as you both shall live?
I do.
The bride and groom will now exchange rings as a symbol of their love and commitment to each other. As you see, rings? Are you good? As you see, the ring is a perfect circle, meaning that it's unbreakable and it doesn't have an end. This is the same as your covenant with each other. Jose, please place the ring on Jordan's hand and repeat after me. As a sign of my love,
As a sign of my love,
that I have chosen you
that I have chosen you
above all else,
above all else,
with this ring
with this ring,
I thee wed.
I thee wed.
Jordan, please place the ring on Jose's hand and repeat after me. As a sign of my love,
As a sign of my love,
that I have chosen you
that I have chosen you
above all else,
above all else,
with this ring
with this ring,
I thee wed.
I thee wed.
Along with their vows and the ring, the bride and groom wish to symbolize their union with the unity ceremony. Each of them have a piece of the cross representing the unity of their two families. On the back of the cross is 3 planks representing the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. And they will put the nail in the middle representing Christ. They'll now do that.
You can sit right there.
You would okay, cool. I'll sit here. Do what? I know. And now, by the power vested in me by the state of Texas, I now pronounce you husband and wife. Jose, you may kiss your bride. Get out of y'all's way. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. and Mrs. Rios.
Bring it.
I told y'all, bro. Short, sweet. I got y'all.
What?
Hey, bro, I was trying to for a second. I was trying to hold it back.
Dance floor pro, I know, you know, I go psycho when my new joint hit. Just can't sit, gotta get jiggy with it. Ooh, that's it, now honey, come ride. DKNY, all up in my eye. You got a Prada bag with a lot of stuff in it. Give it to your friend, let's spin. Everybody looking at me, glancing a kid. Wishing they was dancing a jig here with this handsome kid. Sick a cigar right from Cuba Cuba. I just bite it, it's for the look, I don't light it. Ill way to ammo on the hand, stay on play. Give it up, jiggy, make it feel like foreplay. Yo, my cardio is infinite. Big Willie style's all in it. Getting jiggy with it. Getting jiggy with it. Getting jiggy with it. Getting jiggy with it. What? You on the ball with your kid? Watch your step, you might fall trying to do what I did. Mama, come close side in the middle of the club with the rubber dub. No love for the haters, mad cause I got floor seats at the Lakers. See me on the 50-yard line with the Raiders. Met Ali, he told me I'm the greatest. I got the fever for the flavor of a crowd pleaser. DJ play another from the Prince of this, your highness. Only bad chicks riding my whips. South to the west, to the east, to the north. Bump my hips and watch them go off and get shit sharp. And you don't stop in the winter order. I makes it high, getting jiggy with them. Getting jiggy with it. Getting jiggy with it. Getting jiggy with it. 850 IS if you need a lift. Who's the kid in the drop? Who else? Will Smith. Living that life, some consider a myth. Rock from South Street to 125th. Women used to tease me, give it to me now nice and easy. Since I moved up like George and Wheezy, cream to the maximum, I'll be asking them. Would you like to bounce with your brother that's platinum? Never see Will attacking them. Rather play ball with Shaq and them.
Big round of applause right here. Let's go. Congratulations, guys. The newlyweds. All right, here we go.
Tiptoed in a room, I know you got to have your rest. She says, come lay beside me. I've been waiting since you left. She's sweet to me, must be the luckiest man alive. Did I tell you, baby, you are the joy of my life? First time that I saw you, you took my breath away.
I need the father of the bride to the dance floor, please.
There's two things I know for sure. She was sent here from heaven, and she's daddy's little girl. As I drop to my knees by her bed at night, she talks to Jesus, and I close my eyes, and I thank God for all of the joy in my life. Oh, but most of all, for butterfly kisses after bedtime prayer, sticking little white flowers all up in her hair. Walk beside the pony, daddy, it's my first ride. I know the cake looks funny, daddy, but I sure tried. Oh, with all that I've done wrong, I must have done something right to deserve a hug every morning and butterfly kisses at night.
All right, here we go.
Quedado en mi pensamiento un bello recuerdo de una mujer tan buena que siempre rezaba para protegernos. Repartía sus besos, repartía su llanto y aquellos momentos. Y hoy pasan los años y ella sigue siempre con sus sentimientos. La recuerdo cual altiva y bella, dueña de mis sueños, teniendo como nadie toda su ternura.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Alex. Jordan is my god sister, and she graciously named me her matron of honor. I wanted to personally thank everyone who helped Joe and Jose get to this unforgettable moment of their lives, and to those that are here celebrating them tonight. I have known Jordan since diapers. Our parents, being best friends, created a bond between the two of us that has lasted a lifetime. No matter how much time passes in between us talking or seeing one another, we pick up where we left off. That's been the story the entirety of our lives. We have countless memories together, my personal favorites being our trips to the lake, our parents' ragers, and Joe being my baby mama with my firstborn. She went to all my Lamaze classes with me, breathing and pushing exercises and all, so I mean, we're ready for a baby. So Jose, you get to that. That's Joe for you. When you are facing a challenging season in your life, Jordan is someone you can lean on and someone you can count on being there. She was there for me then, and she's here for me now. She's simply one of the best people I've ever met in my life. And right by her side for the past 5 years is Jose. Over the years, I have learned two things about Jose. He and my dad are basically the same person. He enjoys the simple things, doesn't have a filter, has a unique sense of humor, and is a practiced storyteller. And two, he loves the hell out of Jordan. I know by just the way Jose looks at Jordan that he's in it for the long haul. The laughter, the love, the banter, and the happiness between these two is undeniable. My prayer for your marriage is that you enjoy the good, embrace and work through the bad, and overall keep God in the center of your marriage. I love you both, and I would like everyone to raise your drink for the newlyweds.
Hello, everyone. On behalf of the bridesmaids and groomsmen, I would like to thank Jordan and Jose for including us on their special day. It has been an amazing night. So much of Jordan's hard work, preparation has gone into tonight. You look beautiful, by the way, Jordan. Jose, thank you for coming. I hope you enjoy yourself. My name is Jorge, and I was lucky enough to be asked to be the best man. I know, it only took about 24 years for him to finally admit that I am the best man. Jose and I have had a lot of amazing memories together. Growing up, we did everything together, learning a lot from each other over the years, from how to cook eggs without burning down the house, which was a good accomplishment, to learning how to ollie a skateboard. Now, unfortunately, during elementary school, Jose's family decided to move to a different state. We still kept in touch, just didn't get to see each other as much. And due to that, I missed the transformation from an awkward kid to a slightly less awkward adult. Now, I kind of struggle with this speech. I'm not the best public speaker, so I asked people who knew Jose for a couple of words that described him. I got a couple of different ones like nice, genuine, goofy looking, hardworking, honest, smart, determined, and the list goes on. Two of those traits that stood out to me the most were smart and determined. This made only one story come to mind. The time he was determined to make it the first year not to go to summer school. For most of us, this means studying hard, but no, not for Jose. Jose decided it was time to master the art of plagiarism. He started off good, improved his grades, and you may ask yourself, what took him down? What put an end to this? Well, at one point, he became so good and determined, he even copied the other student's name. When Jose graduated high school, we decided to take a trip to San Marcos, where his sister Yessie was going to school. Now, I can't say too much of what happened that weekend, as I might incriminate myself too. But I will say, we decided to go to a theme park. I wanted to go to Six Flags, but since it was his trip, we went to SeaWorld. We were having a great time with all the whales, but finally it was time to get on the roller coaster. Jose hesitated a little bit. I didn't think much of it. Plus, when he saw my face full of excitement, he couldn't say no. I mean, how could you say no to this face? The whole ride, Jose screamed his lungs off. It was a good time. I don't think I had ever heard him screaming like that before. Well, when we got off, the excitement on my face, and with the help of some encouraging words, I convinced him to get back on. This time we had the pleasure of sitting in the front. As we arrived to the first peak, the best moment of a roller coaster, I look over and I see Jose shaking out of his seat. I ask him what's wrong, and as we got to the exact peak, I can still hear him screaming, "I'm scared of heights." He got on that roller coaster not once, but twice, because I wanted to. He put his feelings to the side to see his friends happy. This is the type of person Jose is. He is willing to get out of his comfort zone to see others around him happy. This is what makes Jose such an amazing person, and I know he will continue stepping out of his comfort zone to make Jordan happy. Jordan is such an amazing, intuitive, athletic, persistent, tenacious woman. Over the years, I have discovered Jordan likes facing challenges. She doesn't mind getting out of her comfort zone either. Whether in her career, hiking, soccer, and let's face it, even dealing with Jose. She even managed to do the impossible, to get Jose to save money for the wedding. You two have had the pleasure of being, if you have had the pleasure of being around the newlyweds, you would know how well they pair. They are not afraid to be themselves around each other. They are not afraid to show their feelings in front of others, and they always support each other no matter what. Her loyalty for you is unquestionable, and her faith in you is endless. It's clear to me, you have found the perfect partner, and I couldn't be happier for you both. You both have someone who will be by your side through thick and thin, from the good times of let's try something new today, to the bad times of can you get me out of jail calls. Jordan, you're an amazing woman who I know will always love, cherish, push Jose to be a better person. I don't only want to welcome you to the Rios family, but also to my family. Now, some last words for Jose. This is the hard part. We don't really talk about our feelings. I mean, we're men. I hope I have been the friend you deserve through all these years, been there when you needed help or advice, and never let you down. Writing this speech brought a lot of memories that I will never forget. Man, am I proud to have a great friend like you. I just hope today's event don't mean you can't play Call of Duty anymore. So if everyone could please raise their glasses for Jordan and Jose. I love you guys, and I am happy for you. Cheers.
Okay. I'm Jocelyn. I'm Jordan's sister and maid of honor. I'm gonna make this short and sweet. Okay. Congratulations to the both of you. I'm so happy for y'all. I'm so happy for you, sister, that you found the love of your life. I honestly never thought we'd be here today because you've always been a tomboy and I never saw you wearing a dress like that. But you make a beautiful bride, and I hope today was everything you expected it to be. So I just remember the first time she told us about Jose. She came home and said some guy at the gas station asked her for her number. And I laughed so hard and I was like, oh my gosh, don't do it. But here we are. And you picked a good one, I'd have to say. Y'all have turned into a beautiful couple, and I wish y'all nothing but the best. Y'all have built already a beautiful life together. Jose, you better be nice to her and don't ever fight with her, because you know I will beat you up. Me too. So welcome to our crazy family. And I hope that you have many, many years, blessed marriage, love and happiness forever and ever. And I'm so happy for y'all. Cheers.
with you and feeling the tender touch of your good morning kiss. Nowhere else on earth is better than being next to you, next to heaven. It doesn't get any better than this. Next to heaven lies my fate, my best friend and my soulmate. God knows this kind of love only comes from up above. You're the answer to my prayers. Oh, nothing else compares. I'm next to heaven.